Welcome back everyone to today's video, and we're going to be looking at the latest on the possible of some very cold weather next week for the UK. And also we are still seeing some quite heavy snow showers in the south and the east, and some of them showers could even spread further north. So if you're in the south or east, do keep an eye out, because you probably will experience some flurries over the next couple of hours into tonight, and then they should clear away by tonight and overnight. But just keep an eye out, because you could see around a centimetre if some of these showers do start getting going near your area. So that's just an update on what is going on right there. So now we're going to run through the GFS, GEM, ECMWF and some of the other models to see if they are going for the cold spell next week, and possibly quite wintry with some of the latest runs. So without further ado, let's get straight into this. Okay, so this is the current situation over the country. We've got high pressure sitting over the country and to the north of the country. So this is what we are looking like. We've got high pressure sitting to the north, and we've got a trough of low pressure dropping south over Europe, and we're dragging in some quite bitterly cold easterly winds at the moment. And it will, if you are under this high pressure, probably won't feel as cold, but under with no easterly winds coming in, it is feeling very cold at the moment with some flurries around of snow. So that is what we look like. So let's carry on. So as we start running through, it's going to look like this. Here we go. Okay, so now let's start running through. So as we carry on this week, we do carry on bringing in them easterly winds for a time, and the high pressure starts to settle mostly over the country, as you can see, and dragging the winds in from more of a northerly, northeasterly off the North Sea. It's probably going to turn a little bit milder, but on the surface it won't really feel much different. So that is the situation as we head into the end of this week. As we continue, we start to actually try and get this high pressure toward Greenland, and if this does succeed, we could start to drop low pressure south and start dragging in some very cold air from the north. But does this come off? Let's have a look. So we actually do get a nice Greenland block. We start to retrogress the high pressure up towards Greenland. We build a block and area high pressure that pushes low pressure south, and we start to drag the wind in from a cold northerly or northeasterly. So that is what we are looking like by Sunday next week. So we're definitely turning colder by that point. As we turn colder, we do actually get very interesting here. We've got low pressure in the Atlantic trying to get involved, and as this low pressure brings in, it'll bring mild air, but it'll also bring precipitation, and as the country is mostly in cold air, this could produce quite a lot of snow. If this low pressure just stays south of the country, it could bring some very disruptive snow. And by this point, we actually do see a very interesting situation. The low pressure is sliding eastwards through the channel, but it is south of most of the country, so a lot of the country would see very heavy snow here if this did come off. And as we go up to around day 10, we drop that low pressure east, and we start to sustain that northerly wind. And once again, there's another area of low pressure in the Atlantic trying to get involved just there. As you can see, we are still quite cold. There's another area of low pressure trying to get in, and it is very interesting. But I'll just show you the upper air temperatures for that low pressure there. So as you can see, the temperatures over the country by that point are actually still cold. As you can see, that milder air is trying to get in, but for where we can't have snow where the orange and yellow areas, but where the green and blue areas are, it can snow. So where that green area is, it could produce some very heavy snow. So that is what we're looking like from the GFS. Now we're going to show you the GEM, show you what that's looking like. So let's go over to the GEM. Okay, so we've got the GEM loaded up, and this is what we look like at the start once again. So, same situation to start off, but we're not going to waste any time. We're going to get straight into this. So, off we go. So, we're going to run through this for you. So, once again, we get that high pressure to the north of the country, and if we sort of sit around there, we do probably lift the upper air temperatures up a little bit by this point with the wind coming in from a bit more of the North Sea. So, maybe temperatures do pick up a little bit, but then, once again, we start to retrogress that high pressure towards Greenland. The GEM looking quite promising again, by the way. It takes it up towards Iceland and Greenland. Drop this low pressure south and we start to drag the wind in from a very cold northerly again, as you can see. So once again, is are a lot of models going for the northerly today. It could flip, but at the moment we're looking good. Then we do get quite a lot of blocking over Greenland, but we try to get some low pressure involved here. And look at this, we slide the low pressure through the country, and that will take us a little bit milder by that point. But after that, what do? We take that low pressure, eastwards over here, and we keep the wind in from quite a cold northerly just there, as you can see. So it's probably producing some more winteriness with that, with the winds in from the north, as you can see. So the GEM looking cold as well up to the end. So now, will all three models go for cold? Let's show you the ECMWF. Is it going on board with the other models? Here we go. Okay, so here we go once again. ECMWF once again with them cold easterly winds through the week. The high pressure getting over the country. And then as early as the 13th of January 14th, we start to drag the wind in from the north here, as you can see. And we do go quite cold once again from the north from the ECMWF. The ECMWF has been wobbling with this, but it seems to be back on track now. And it does look very cold. So let's see if that continues. So once again we see hints of low pressure trying to get in, and as it is coming into very cold air, it would be quite interesting what comes off with that. And as we go up to the end of the run, we actually stay cold. So we're wrapping the winds in from the north, and we're looking very, very cold. So all main models looking cold today. But before we go, we're going to show you the UKMO, the UK Met Office, and EU, and the normal UK Met Office. So we're going to show you some of these models as well to see if they are going for it. So here we go. Okay, so this is the UKMO, so the UK Met Office run from today. So we've got 24-hour intervals, so won't take us long. So once again, by hour 72, so by Thursday we look like this, high pressure over the top of the country once again. We're dragging in them winds off the North Sea, maybe the upper air temperatures lifting up a little. By the time we get to Friday, though, we do see that high pressure looks like it's starting to retrogress towards Greenland. And will it go cold with the UK Met Office as well? And you can see we keep trying to do it, and by the end of the UK Met Office, as you can see, the high pressure strengthened, the low pressure dropping south, and we're starting to drag in them northerly winds. Just on the edge by this point, but we'll probably get the cold going eventually. So now we're going to show you the UKMO EU. So here we go, the UK Met Office Europe run. Okay, so the UKMO looks like this. So once again with them easterly winds coming in, and by around Thursday we're trying to take that high pressure north, and by the weekend that high pressure starts to push us northwards, and by the end of the run on Monday we're opening the doors with the high pressure towards Greenland. You can't see Greenland, it's off the chart here, but it would be up there. And we're dropping the low pressure. Oh, that's a bit big. We're dropping the low pressure south, and we're bringing the winds in from the north. So UK Met Office and the UKMO EU are going for it as well. We're going to show you the icon just now, and we will nearly be at the end of the video. So here we go. Okay, so icons are going to look like this. We're going to run through these a little bit quicker as we've still got a couple to go through. So once again, by Thursday, the signs of that high pressure trying to go north, and by the end of the run on Monday, we are starting to introduce that colder air from the north. It does look a bit more on the edge with that one, but what's probably going to happen, this low pressure up here, it's probably going to start sliding south, and that's going to push the high pressure up here, and we will start to introduce colder air by the end anyway. So it does look like it's going to go cold from most of these runs. That's from the icon. Okay, so now we're going to show you our page. What is that showing? Here we go. Okay, so this is what the arpegg is looking like. So once again, it doesn't go further out. So by Thursday, we've got that high pressure over the country, and by Friday, we are seeing signs of that high pressure starting to go north. So it does look likely that we're going to end up getting that high pressure into retrogression over Greenland, and we're going to start bringing down them northerly winds. So I'm going to check if the GMA charts have updated, and if not, we'll probably end the video there. So let me check. Okay, so I've checked, and we can show you the GMA charts, and we can also show the navgem. So we are going to show you them before we go. So this is what the GMA charts looking like. So once again, with them easterly winds, we clear them off into the week, go very dry. By around Monday, we actually, with the GMA, it doesn't look like we're getting that high pressure north, does it? But yeah, with the GMA, we're not actually getting that northerly wind in. So a bit of a collapse from the GMA, but the main models are going for it. So let's just see what the navgem is looking like. So we go. Okay, so this is what the navgem is looking like. So let's run through this very quickly. So as we go through, we once again take that high pressure. We try to get that high pressure north, and by the end of the run, it looks like we're about to drop down very cold air from the north. So once again, most models all going cold. So that's very, very interesting today. Only one model, as I can see, is not going for the cold spell at the moment. But just to see if that is true, we're going to show you the CFS, and that will be all the models. So if the CFS goes cold too, then it does sort of confirm that we are probably going to get this cold next week. So let's show you that. Okay, so just before we run through this, I just want to say the CFS is not known for forecasting cold very well, but let's run through it anyway. So once them easterly winds clear, we try to get the high pressure north, but sort of fail with the CFS. So the CFS not going for it really there. So once again, the CFS is not really a very good model, so we won't take that too seriously. So thanks everyone for watching today's video. That was all of the models from the latest today, and we are looking like we're probably going to go quite cold next week, and probably looking quite likely we could see some quite significant snow if that low pressure tries to get in off the Atlantic into that cold air. It could get very, very interesting. So thanks everyone for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.